How dangerous is a supersonic Nerf dart? Who fucking knows? How the fuck would you even know some shit like that? YouTube, that's how you would know.
How dangerous is a Nerf dart? Shot faster than the speed of sound. A while ago, I built an air blaster capable of shooting Nerf darts very, very fast. It took me 2 months of failures and doubts, and also a bunch of money to make it, but I somehow ended up designing a functioning numeric system that shoots stuff at 600 psi. Which is quite a lot, supported by a wooden stock and covered by a 3D printed shell. And all that makes a powerful blaster that shoots multiple times with a single charge. The problem is that the Nerf darts I used in my video were blowing up because of the pressure, not allowing me to even get close to the full potential of the blaster. So this time, besides the original Nerf darts, I also got better foam darts, half the length of the original ones. Then a few 3D printed projectiles.
Yeah, bro. He's trying to make a legal burner, bro.
And since I also want to find out how powerful my blaster is compared to a classic rifle, I'm also gonna shoot 50 cal lead slugs, and last but not least, 50 cal muzzleloader bullets. The plan is to measure the velocity, the energy, and the damage against the targets for each one of them. To help me with that, I got Bryce and Adam from Ballistic High Speed. They have very pretty,
that's worth more than a house,
and very expensive ultra slow motion cameras. So we're gonna be able to capture great shots and see things that wouldn't be visible with naked eyes and any other cameras in the world. The first projectiles we're gonna test are gonna be the foam darts. And before shooting the targets, I wanna measure how fast the blaster can shoot these things. And also find out if my Nerf blaster can actually shoot supersonic stuff, because right now, I'm not completely sure about that. When something breaks the speed of sound, you should hear a loud boom called sonic boom. And only at the very end of the last video I heard something like that, which made me believe I shot supersonic, but I never actually measured the speed of that shot. So now, we're gonna do exactly that. Also, the blaster is looking kinda weird right now, and that's because for this test, I made some modifications to improve its performance. First, I connected the air tank directly to the QEV, rather than keeping it below the barrel connected through a hose. This should dump all the air into the valve even faster, and in theory, increase the velocity of the projectiles. Then, I also removed the rear tank. Doing that sacrifices the ability to shoot multiple times with a single charge, but there is a good reason I did it. For this test, I want to be able to shoot each shot at a different pressure, based on the projectile we use and the velocities we measure. And it will take a while to disassemble the rifle and change the regulator value each time. But by not having the tank, the regulator is easier to access, and since there is so much less volume to fill, it's also easier to pump to the desired pressure for each shot. And for the first shot, I want to try to recreate the one in which I heard the sonic boom in the previous video. Blue Nerf darts and 430 psi. Bryce and Adam are installing this board, which is gonna help us measure the velocity. Knowing the distance between the lines and measuring how long it takes the projectile to travel between them, we can measure the velocity. And so, shot 1, 430 psi.
so right there, for a split second, we're getting a normal Mach cone off the back of the bullet. See it expanding up?
Yes.
So it should be very close to the speed of sound.
And after Bryce made a few calculations and me and Adam were there for moral support, we got the official speed.
1,087 feet per second.
God damn.
We're so close. So close.
Oh, wait.
This means with the first shot, we got 97% of the speed of sound.
So now what we do, like, do I lower the pressure a little bit, or do I increase it even more?
Well, the bullet is still mostly together, so it might be able to take a touch more pressure.
So I tried shooting with 500 psi, but the dart was even more damaged than before, making it slower than the first shot. So then I tried again, but with a lower pressure, hoping the dart wouldn't break. But it simply flew even slower. So the 430 psi of my first shot is actually the best combination for these darts, actually confirming what happened in my previous video. The reason only one of these two shots was supersonic though, even with the same pressure and projectile, probably comes down to the weather and a mistake I made. When I shot Supersonic, I was filming in the middle of June, with hot weather and dry air. Now, it's pretty cold and it rained yesterday, and since cold and humid air is much more dense, it also slows the projectile down. Well, the second reason is that to fit the blaster in the shipping box, I got out a few inches from the barrel, and that might also contribute to a lower velocity. So, the maximum speed of the original Nerf darts for this test is 1087 feet per second. But I'm not gonna leave this place until I record a supersonic shot. So, before moving to test the damage against the targets,
a message from the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment.
I gotta prove that this thing actually shoots supersonic stuff. The problem is that the next projectiles I'm gonna use are gonna be very powerful, but they're also heavier and slower than the Nerf darts. So, the last chance I have to record a supersonic shot is using the half-length darts. This should be slightly lighter, and the materials used should be a much better quality than the original Nerf darts, so my hope is that they're gonna stay in one piece, even with higher pressures. Bryce also had an idea to improve our measurement.
I think the Nerf material slows down so quick in the air. I think if we just look at the first inch or two out of the barrel, it might be supersonic and then slow down to subsonic. So we're gonna do a really high frame rate, really zoomed in, and just look at the exit. And I think if we calculate just that speed, it might be supersonic. Because you can see the shock diamonds, the mach cone, and everything. So I just think the Nerf is so light that it just slows down really quick. So we'll try that.
So for the first shot with the half-length darts, I tried with 520 psi.
No idea what happened.
I haven't heard that noise before.
And at this point, I kinda started to lose hope.
It's apparently even worse than the previous ones.
The good dart, the one that was supposed to hold higher pressures, completely blew up, and the cap came out after the body. Did I just traveled a few thousand miles, twice, just to prove that my supersonic Nerf blaster does not shoot supersonic?
How is that possible though?
1096.
1096?
Yeah.
Oh, the cap?
The main part of
The body?
Yeah. Okay. 1096.
Now that changes a few things.
We are
20 feet per second off.
Yeah, because the speed of sound changes with air temperature. So the temperature of the air right now, the speed of sound is 1111 instead of 1125. So
we're
we're
insanely
even closer than we think.
Why are we not getting it though?
We just gotta keep trying.
Yeah, I think so.
So then I tried lowering the pressure to 500 psi. But it didn't change much. We always got very close, but never supersonic. But then I randomly tried shooting at max pressure, 590 psi, and this happened.
Oh, whoa! Did you hear that though?
This actually felt quite promising. Now we just gotta wait for Bryce to do all the calculations.
It is one of those awkward framing where it's like either on one side of the frame or the other, but I'll do it again.
Come on, Bryce.
Hey.
Say it.
Say it.
Say it.
I'm trying my best here.
Say it.
The average is 1135. I would say that either touched the speed of sound or was just above.
I think
That's fine.
that's good enough.
Yeah,
That's good enough. That's good enough.
Later, the software confirmed the shot was actually 1170 feet per second. And so this is officially the shadow and the shockwave of a supersonic Nerf dart.
How hard would that shit hurt?
Which means we can move to test the damage against the targets for the Nerf darts and the powerful projectiles. Starting from the weakest one, the Nerf darts. I'm gonna shoot all the shots against the targets using the maximum pressure of the blaster. And since we already know the Nerf darts would blow up with that pressure, we wrapped shipping tape around the dart. And the first target is gonna be a ballistic gelatin block. Blocks like this allow to measure the penetration of the projectiles into a substance similar to muscle tissue. And with this, begins the damage test.
What would that do to my head?
Well, that's very interesting.
It's nice to see the Nerf dart stayed in one piece, and it actually penetrated a few inches into the gelatin, which is a few inches more than what I expected. And even though I doubt it's gonna be lethal, it's worth testing it anyways. Shot 2, Nerf Dart versus Ballistic Dummy.
Ready?
Yep.
Oh, alright, it would penetrate the
I mean,
skin.
this shot would certainly hurt, but it's definitely not lethal. But what about the plastic darts? These bullets
it
are
would
3D
hurt.
printed
It would hurt for
plastic
sure.
with 100% infill, and they weigh about 6.5 grams. And the first one I'm gonna shoot is a sort of experiment. Firearms barrels are usually rifled. This allows the projectile to spin in the air, stabilizing the bullet and improving both range and accuracy. Now, since my barrel is literally just a pipe, I wanna see if a rifled projectile would still make it spin when I shoot it. My plan is to shoot 3 3D printed projectiles against the ballistic gelatin, and the best one of them against the ballistic dummy. Also, things are starting to get kinda serious now, so we're gonna use shields against ricochets from now on. Shot 3, rifled 3D printed dart versus ballistic gelatin.
That shit didn't even like it flew very well. Yeah, like I said, it didn't fly very well. You should have
Did it
barreled
break in
the-
half inside of it?
No way.
That'd be
You
kind of
should
cool.
have
Oh, he
swung the
broke-
barrel or however you want to
He
say
broke
it.
in half inside of the ballistic gelatin.
That's scary. That's kind of cool. That would hurt.
That would definitely hurt. But the reason the projectile snapped is because the rifling didn't work at all. The bullet hit the gelatin on its side, causing the impact to split it in half. Now I wanna try shooting the smooth version of the same projectile and see what happened with that one.
Fire. Oh, wow. That's way in there.
They should have showed it from the side.
But that's nice. That's much better than before.
That flew straight in there. That flew straight in there. That was a good ass shot.
Break a leg. You got this.
Oh, much better. Look how perfect that is. That looked just like a bullet.
That's so cool.
That would definitely go inside of you.
This time the dart penetrated quite a bit, and you can actually see the trajectory into the gelatin.
That's cool.
The bullet traveled at a speed of 915 feet per second, carrying an energy of 252 joules. And so, we are definitely into lethal territory. Now this is the last 3D printed dart before moving to the heavy ones.
It looked like it hit the other hole.
Oh yeah. Did it
That
work?
shit sound like bang. Fix that.
This one flew very straight in the air. I can't tell if it was actually spinning, but it flew at a very similar speed of the previous one. And as soon as it hit the gelatin, it completely shattered inside of it, which I actually find kinda cool. Anyways, the smooth dart was the fastest one. And so, I'm gonna shoot the dummy head with it. This thing has bones, and I have no idea if the plastic is gonna just bounce back or actually do something to it. But I guess there is one way to find out.
Oh!
Yeah, bro, that shit would kill a nigga. For sure. That shit was so bad, Joe.
I got
Crack
pieces
that
of
nugget
zombie on me.
Immediately.
Yeah, nice shot. Ugh,
Oh, that went in. Oh my
it sure
god.
did. Yeah, it did. Definitely didn't come out.
Yeah, but this was with the 3D printed ones.
Yeah, it cracked all the way through that like frontal
Is
lobe.
that a crack?
Yeah,
Oh yes.
yeah. This zombie is not making it.
And the projectile hit while tilted, so it didn't even have maximum piercing power.
If it was perfectly straight, I think it was
You
good.
got some on your forehead. It
Really?
splattered back on you.
At this point, I only got the metal projectiles left. And, you know, seeing this thing I made actually working, it just makes you feel great. And so, I've been looking for a gift for my little nephew capable of somehow letting him experience the same feeling. And then I found out about KiwiCo, which does exactly that. Basically, it's a subscription box that delivers hands-on projects for kids.
Okay, I like that.
And this is important, this is not just a random toy. These are projects that are, first of all, fun, but also teach skills like problem solving, creativity, or even engineering. Like, check this one out. This is so cool. I should wait for my nephew, but I kind of want to do this one. Like, imagine giving a gift that kids are excited about every single month, and you're actually doing them a favor because they're learning something very valuable while also having fun. KiwiCo is great for all ages, offering 5 clubs that explore interests like culture, technology, and art. And my favorite is KiwiCo Labs. It's all about hands-on science and engineering projects kids can rebuild and experiment with. Plus, immersive digital content to spark curiosity at every step. So if you're looking for something that's fun, educational, and keeps kids busy in the best way possible, try this. Go to kiwico.com/MIKESHAKE or use my promo code MIKESHAKE for 50% off your first crate. Seriously, this is a game changer. Alright, back to the video. So this is a 550 grain 50 cal lead slug. To put it in perspective, one of these weighs like 36 Nerf darts.
Okay, fire.
I felt the recoil. I felt the recoil on this one.
Just like
Wawa's wrapping up new built-to-order wrap recipes.
no way. That looks like it flew pretty good. It's clean.
Wow.
That would have been deadly.
And even though the bullet tilted, probably because it wasn't spinning, it penetrated through the gelatin way more than the previous ones. The lead slug flew at a speed of 480 feet per second, carrying an energy of 381 joules. And I'm pretty curious to see what 381 joules are gonna do to the dummy head.
Okay, high speed's ready. Can I shoot? Fire.
Bro, that's a gun, bro. Bro, that's a gun. Bro, that's a burner, bro. All the way, bro. Bro, ain't no way that's not a burner, bro. You would think that's a gun, bro. Bro, do you see this shit, bro? It's still in the head. Like, bro, that shit, bro. Yeah, bro, that's a burner, bro. That's a leak, bro. He could walk around with that shit, bro, with no problem, bro. And bang this shit out somebody, bro. Bro, what the?
Yeah, if you watch the top of the head, you can see the shockwave of the energy going over the top.
Oh
Yeah, you see that? Oh
How
my
the skin is
God.
separating off of the skull. Those pieces. And it's so like intact, hardly deformed. Yeah. That was good.
That was
That was
really
very
good.
The slug also kept flying, and he made a hole in the wooden wall. Now, the last kind of projectile is the
Bro,
50 cal
that
muzzleloader
shit
rounds.
just
I didn't even
tore
know
that
this thing
joint the
existed before
fuck up,
today.
bro.
But they look mean, and I'm very interested to see what kind of damage they're gonna do to the dummy.
That shit
The
probably about to
sunlight
fly
was
right
getting
through.
weaker by the minute though,
Like-
so we quickly shot the ballistic gelatin,
It went right through the ballistic. I knew it was gonna fly through the ballistic.
and
because
the round
last one,
started spinning
and
inside of
I
it,
knew it was
as
going
if it
straight
was
too.
water.
I knew it was gonna fly straight too because the ones that are barreled, they fly sideways, but the ones that are just like straight, they straight shoot. I knew what it was
And then
gonna do.
came out of the side of the block.
That's a real
The
bullet
muzzleloader
right there.
traveled at a speed of 550 feet per
That's a real
second
bullet.
with an energy of 252 joules. And now we're gonna see what happens to the ballistic dummy. And well, I was expecting damage, but but I wasn't expecting the dummy to completely blow up.
Bro, I knew it, bro. That's a real
got hit
bullet
with
right
bones
there,
over
bro.
here.
That's a real bullet, bro.
And so, I guess I can say the not-so-nerf blaster definitely works. Huge shout out to Bryce and Adam
real
from Ballistic
gun.
High Speed. Without them,
Yo, that is a real burner. A nigga bump up on you with that, you better move like you fucking know. I don't give a fuck what he's shooting out of that shit. That shit will hurt. It will make you bleed. It will it will tear off ligaments. And it will go through your fucking nugget. Oh my goodness. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.